Good morning to all. I must admit that it's a real pleasure to be here this morning, to have these moments of exchange with you, to share the human warmth of our brothers, sisters, fathers and mothers from the Central Plateau region. But I would like us to pay a vibrant tribute to those who are fighting on the front lines, who allow us to gather here, to exchange ideas and to see the perspectives for our homeland. And I would like us to observe a minute of silence for the memory of those who have given their lives in this battle. Thank you. It's been almost 10 years that we've been in this war situation, and I think you've been following the evolution as it progresses. I hope everyone is aware that we are no longer in a war against terrorism, but in a war of independence. Everyone must understand that it is logical for imperialists to impose this war on us. Normally, every leader, every governor should fight for their country. It's logical. They fight for their interests, and we must also fight for our interests. If we manage to develop, to prosper, which means that over there, they won't be able to develop, they will have to regress. If we manage to transform our raw materials tomorrow, it means that over there, factories will close. Do you understand the logic? So it's normal that they fight to disrupt our society, to keep us in this constant war, so that we can never think one day, never develop. And there they will continue to develop, and we will always be there exporting our raw materials to them, and our youth suffering in misery, trying to cross the ocean to go beg over there. So they are in their logic of protecting their interests, in a bad way, certainly. But our duty is to fight to free ourselves and get out of this situation. This is why I will take advantage of this blessed month where Christians and Muslims come together, a month of fasting, to wish a good month of fasting to all, and may God answer the prayers of everyone. Also, may each person at their level really take advantage of this month to change paradigms regarding their neighbors, all those around us. And I hope that religious leaders here in Burkina Faso also take advantage of this month to preach, I would say, the good word, to preach to those misguided ones who hold weapons in the bush and who kill. Because some kill, and they think they kill in the name of religion. Religious leaders need to be able to make many declarations together, many sermons, to make them understand that this is not religion. Why do I say this? Because I think many of you have brothers or sisters who are defense and security forces, FDS, who are in the bush. It is almost impossible today to take a terrorist base and not find Quranic books or something else. So I think that through words you can reach them. Many declarations, many sermons must be made to make them understand that this is not Islam. It's anything but Islam. It was never said to kill. And we will go even further. We will soon ask leaders of Islam worldwide to join us in this fight, to have clear, frank declarations, to invite all those who are killing in the name of Islam that this is not Islam. Normally, it's a religion of peace, solidarity, mutual aid. There is no reason someone should kill in the name of Islam, and we cannot tell them they are on the wrong path. Several operations are underway. We are in the consolidation phase and we continue our maneuvers up to our borders. In a few days, you will of course be aware of everything that has been recovered, and we will establish ourselves in these areas forever. We will not retreat. We will recover the totality of our territory, and this will happen progressively. There may be regions today that seem not to see certain actions, but war evolves. We will completely clear zones and progress gradually, tightening the noose on these people. As I say, they have only choices, either to understand the message, return to the homeland, or they will disappear. It's their choice. In this fight that we wage today, the most dangerous is the communication war. And I think it's not the first time. And today, I think Burkina Faso Africans must have understood what the communication war is. Unfortunately, or fortunately for us, imperialism, as Thomas Sankara said, is a bad student, a very bad student. Because no matter how many times you chase it out of the classroom, it will come back with the same methods. They cannot change, and often it becomes ridiculous. When you look at imperialist media today, you see what they publish. They have proceeded with the same method to set fire to Rwanda, by the same method to destroy Sudan, by the same method to destroy Africa. It's not going to work. And today, I think you are well aware, they are very good at manipulating information, creating false narratives all around. And mark my words, these same media, I say it loud and clear today, especially Jeune Afrique, courted us at the very beginning, 2022, 2023. They went through several channels to approach us, to make us pay and wash our image, as they say. We refused. They cannot deny it because we have the evidence. They sent people. That's how they operate. And many heads of state fall into their trap. They pay money every month so that articles are published to clean their image. No, it's dangerous. They only live on that. You pay money, they lie, they clean your image, you refuse, they lie to destroy your image. But all of Africa must be informed, and if Africans want to evolve, it's by stopping listening to these lying media. Because as long as you are there listening to bad information, it ends up becoming a reality, and it's very dangerous for us. Disinformation is in full swing. At our level, we experience it every day. And I always tell people to be very careful, all this to divide and conquer. So everyone at their level must be able to perceive the maneuvers of imperialism, to be able to advise others, and together we remain united to build our country. Our mission is that, and we will build Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso will be what they never dreamed of seeing. Africa must wake up. Africa must leave its conflict situations. We have been manipulated enough. We have been set against each other enough to be plundered. Today in Burkina Faso, they have a certainty. Terrorism is almost over. What should be done? Either create a rebellion or create a civil war. That's it. And they are maneuvering for that. We are waiting for them. And everyone at their level must be careful. Because if people let themselves be manipulated, we will line them up. We will light them up like others too. Manipulation must not pass. We have a goal to achieve. We will achieve the goal. This is the mission assigned to us currently. And I will therefore invite everyone to take this into consideration. Because imperialism has many faces. We talk about imperialisms that are outside the continent, but there are imperialists here in Burkina Faso. When it comes to saying certain things bluntly, it must be said. It will hurt. We will ask for forgiveness, but we must tell each other the truth to be able to move forward. There are people in Burkina Faso who don't want to see others evolve. There are people who want to remain alone at the top. No, we have decided to make the state a little stronger and to share the wealth. Because the intoxication already started when we began to implement the Faso Mebo initiative. Many entrepreneurs began to intoxicate youth and all that. No, we have given contracts, we have given road contracts. No, at what level are we? The execution rates, for the most part, are not good. The minister recently made an outing, a tour. You all followed it on TV. It's not going too well. It's slow. We ask people to unite. We ourselves have tried to put people in groups. They don't want to work in groups. That means we unite them in one way or another so they can go fast. We are not going to wait for the whims of some, and that Burkina will develop in 500 years, 1,000 years. No, for us, it's in 5 years we want to see quite significant things. So, if you unite, you will have more equipment and you can work more efficiently. As a result, we are equipping ONBA, Sonater. Now people are asking for water. We are obliged to make our dams ourselves, clean what is there and dig water points ourselves. That's why we paid for equipment to equip ONBA. They're already in Heredegu on the road to Bobo to make the first dams. Second thing, it's the bankers. Today it comes back to us a lot that many bankers refuse to accompany those who win state contracts and all that. Well, we are on it. People need to change their approach because... Is there a banker in the room? I don't know, huh? There isn't? Okay, so you will report it. Bankers, things have to change because many banks operate with state money. We asked bankers to return a part, so that's what we call term deposits, the DAT. These are state companies that deposit their money in banks. We want our money to do work. People find that they cannot give the money because it will weaken their bank. But each year, banks have realized so many billions in net interest. The other day on TV, I was watching a bank that also makes billions in interest. They share it. No. Either we really understand each other around a table, or we will move to another method. And this morning, I wanted to make this statement so that you understand that the fight that is going to begin, the dust will rise, as we like to say. But you must be careful yourselves, because they are the same ones who will pass behind to intoxicate, to create lies and lead people away from the essential. There are already some who are trying. We see many people making videos to clean the images of some and all that. Be careful. There are many small businesses that close because they cannot pay the salaries of employees and all that. They have invoices deposited in the treasury we cannot pay. But that's it. We say to give a part of our money in the bank, we will pay these companies so they can function, and people are thinking with the money. Do you think we can leave it like that? No. The domestic debt there, we will pay it at the end of this month. The money will come in. We asked for just a percentage. It's not even all the money we want to withdraw. It's a percentage we asked for to do it, and it's thinking a lot. Some banks have responded. Congratulations to them. But most banks have not transferred the money until today. It's a message I wanted to send them. We gave the end of March. It's the end of March. If by the end of March the 25% is not there, we will move on to something else. You are warned. And that the manipulation must not continue, because generally those who are victims of it are the poorest layers, in fact, of the country. He is employed in a small company. He may have his 50,000, 100,000 per month. His boss has submitted invoices to the treasury. He cannot get the money. He will lose his job. His whole family suffers, while others are making billions in interest per month or per year. No, it's not going to work. So, get ready. It's another front that's opening. There will be all possible manipulations, but stay calm. We have to move forward. Those who want to import something to Burkina, go to the ministry. They will give you the papers. There is no deal. If you go there and someone says to pay anything, come to the presidency itself to complain. There is an office there for that, and we will see who asked for the money. So there is no deal yet to have a special authorization to import. It's clear. It's clear. It must be done. Those who also import, who come to hide in the stores so that there is inflation, please flush them out and tell them to stop. We cannot come to hide, wait for there to be a shortage to come out and then put quite high prices. They should stop that. I think the ministry has launched to flush out the stores that people have built in non-lotus areas to stock. If we take, we will sell for free and pay to the treasury. That's the instruction I gave. So, declare the stores and then we will move forward. So I'm counting on you, gentlemen economic operators, so that among you, you advise each other. And that this kind of situation does not happen. People hold back, they wait for there to be a need, and now they come out, they put a price to have that. It's not even good, it's not good. I don't think it's a fortune that God will bless. We need to manufacture many things locally. I am convinced that whether it's electric tricycle or motorized, we can manufacture. So we want to give space to our young talents to express themselves. In fact, we are trying to build a large center where we will pass people and accompany them to settle. And these are people who will see everything we consume daily, what can be manufactured in Burkina. And I know there are talents, a little everywhere in Burkina. The application will be launched in a short time for young talents to register in this center. We will put everything in place to have all the necessary machinery and supervise young people. There, when they finish, they go out, they can create something. God willing, we will put a leather unit in the Kaya area to transform many things on site ourselves. and create everything we need. As long as we don't reach this stage and we continue to pay outside, our wealth will not benefit us. We need to change the paradigm right now. That's where the employment is, that's where people will work, and that's our true independence. Last point is our comrade students who have many grievances. In any case, I can assure you that we know all your problems. We will make university residencies, and even the questions of restaurants, intermediate scholarships, all these are problems we know. But it's little by little. We cannot fix it right away. You already have the construction of the city here. That's the administrative building. We hope that next year or later, we will launch university residences, expand the capacities of university restaurants, increase the number of meals, and finally the question of scholarships. Because we are working to control military spending currently to be able to inject into our education, because education is the key. So we have not forgotten you. All these problems mentioned. I was even talking about laboratories to the minister. I said to find a standard, a minimum number of equipment, and we will build laboratories worthy of the name in our universities. Because people will come to do a scientific field, go out, even microscope. He couldn't look at a plant cell under the microscope. It's not possible. Yes, we all did scientific series. To have access to the small laboratory, you enter, there are only 7 or 8 microscopes. Maybe not all work. Not everyone can have access. It's the reality. It's always that. So, he's on it. We want to create standard laboratories in many of our universities. You cannot come and not be able to have access to a certain minimum of scientific equipment, laboratory, to do your tests and familiarize yourself. It's in that we can create. If we haven't developed this laboratory aspect, we create theorists. I was surprised to learn that even at the level of our researchers, there is no scanning electron microscope in Burkina. Since Burkina exists, there isn't one. And I asked the minister, I said, but how do you do research then? We have to go outside, rent laboratories, pay money to do it, while the scanning electron microscope, I don't think it costs $1 billion. How can we not do it? Currently, we are paying for it to install in Burkina so that we can do everything on site here. So I hope that by then, all this will be operational and that it can benefit students, even researchers, scientists, to be able to advance in their research. Computer rooms and all that follows, so we will see what is possible. The ministry had already launched to acquire a number of computers so that students can have well-equipped rooms. And it's done with the Burkina Bay. That's it. There is a Burkina Bay unit that manufactures computers. So we made an agreement the last time to be able to pay for a lot of equipment with him and equip our university centers. And you will normally have access to these rooms so that you can do your research. And the internet, I think that it's improving in many universities. The internet is now there for research. We can go fast and very well in war and in development. We have faith, we never lose hope. We are really very confident, and as long as we see you motivated, mobilized, it's our fuel. Like that, we never get tired. We will continue to move forward in this direction. And I was saying to all the ministers, I said to tighten the belt. Since we've been here, there are no government vacations. It works 24/24. The ALT too, that's it. There are no vacations for deputies to go lie down in the village. You have to work 24/24, 12 months out of 12. So we are in this rhythm. As long as the soldiers at the front have no rest, there is no reason that behind we are resting. And I invite all the administration to get in step here to accompany the vital forces in everything they do. And so I think that little by little there is progress. We see many changes in behavior. We must completely change the game. Burkina Faso is a reference, and we must keep the torch very high. Today, after here, we will go inaugurate the cement factory, which is one more factory in Burkina Faso. But our hope is to be able to discuss with all cement companies in the coming days to see how to lower the price of cement as well, because we believe there are possibilities. And better yet, we have limestone and clay in Burkina Faso. If we manage to exploit it efficiently, I discussed the last time with one of the cement producers, we need to exploit this to lower the cost of cement. So we will discuss with all of them to see what is possible, and this will allow us to build our country, because our country is under construction. And also it's a signal. These investors who are here, they arrived in 2023 at the very moment when the imperialists had painted Burkina Faso in red, supposing that it's a dangerous destination and discouraging people to come and invest in this country. They came with their money, they injected it, they built their factory. I think they finished since last October. So it was our duty to go support them and also send a message to the world to make them understand that Burkina Faso, as they describe it, it's false. Because those who painted Burkina Faso red, you see, automatically the next day, in any case a few days after, France Airlines said they would not come to Burkina Faso because it's red. Even Ouagadougou, they say it's just war. Is that true? No. We said, there's no problem. You are free not to come to Burkina, but you are not the best airline in the world. If other companies continue to come, it means that you are liars, since other companies continue to come to Burkina Faso. Brussels Airlines, Turkish Airlines, Ethiopian Airlines, all other companies continue to come. This is to say that the imperialists are very strong. They invent their guidelines, and they bring some of their companies to follow them to give credibility to their lies. Since they lied that Burkina is in a red zone, and they bring France Airlines to follow the lie to make it appear to the world that it's really a red zone. That's why their company itself refuses to come. There's no problem, we say, the other companies will work. Their lie didn't work. Sometime later, they come back asking to resume flights. If it has become green, you must rewrite that it has become green, and you will resume. So this is to tell you that imperialism has all its stratagems, you see. And if you listen to the radio at that time, it was squawking everywhere. Yeah, the country is so blooded that France Airlines has stopped everything. A few weeks later, France Airlines releases its figures. They let it be known that their turnover has even increased because they no longer come to the AES. In any case, that's good. And then, shortly after you come back to negotiate, to beg for us to reopen for you again, you need to repaint the country green, then we'll start to collaborate again.